Does China have every Imagineer's DNA? Why does Disney have a department called Global Intelligence? And why does my lab have paperwork from the CIA? Baxter and I have a lot to share with you, if you'll just, look into this flashy red thing. I'm Brian, and for nearly a decade, I helped Disney build some of your favorite attractions as an Imagineer. Until a botched experiment in my universe sent Brian from this dusty old universe who knows where and brought me here. So join me and Baxter.
Get me out of here.
As we offer unique insights into the Disneyverse and critically judge your universe in general. Baxter, roll intro. Bax, check out this box of randomness I found in the back. I learned to make movies, Disney must. What is this junk? Hey Bax, what do CIA documents look like?
How would I know?
Do they look like this?
What the f?
We're gonna take a quick break. So we did some research, and well, Baxter?
Accessing archives.
Oh my god! Are we seriously using dial-up right now? Today we're bringing you where the worlds of Disney and international espionage collide. Full disclosure, this vlog does not include sources and methods, so questions are out of the question. Most of what you're about to hear is anecdotal, incomplete, and/or downright satire where obvious. I don't think there's a more appropriate place to start than with Aurora. Specifically, Operation Aurora. This Sleeping Beauty was a series of covert cyber attacks originating from China in 2009, targeting multiple high-profile companies. It was first disclosed by Google in 2010. Although absent from official sources, rumor has it that Disney was among the hacked companies.
Further investigation could not confirm or deny the validity of this rumor. However, the timing is notable, since Disney and the Chinese government were negotiating the details of Shanghai Disneyland while Operation Aurora was ongoing.
God, I love AI. Most of you probably don't associate Disney with terms like global intelligence, but for Disney, like any multinational conglomerate, global intelligence and security are vital. In fact, Disney has employees working around the world for a segment of Disney global security called Global Intelligence and Threat Analysis. Don't believe me? You can actually Google this one. Disney has employees all over the world. Not just for selling Mickey dolls and localizing movies, Disney also owns ABC News and National Geographic. Correspondents can theoretically travel anywhere. A key part of protecting employees and theme park guests alike is having thorough and timely intelligence about possible threats. So who exactly are these sleuths working inside this Cloak and Dagger part of the Walt Disney Company? Well, that's G14 classified.
You stole that joke from Rush Hour.
What I will say is that having a particular set of skills over a long career is helpful in global intelligence roles. So it's no surprise that many analysts here had prior roles in the FBI, military intelligence, and yes, the CIA. Shanghai Disney Resort is a joint venture between Disney and a Chinese government-owned organization called Shanghai, with Disney owning 43%. While Disney owns a minority stake in the resort, it owns 70% of the resort's management company. It's confusing, but it basically means that Disney is operating the resort. Anyway, this particular arrangement between Disney and Shanghai was negotiated over several years, so it behooved China to know what cards Disney was holding. This is where the rumors get interesting. Apparently, people from Disney traveling to China had to navigate honey traps, physical surveillance, and wiretaps. Some would travel with burner laptops and multiple SIM cards. In-person conversations had to be kept to a whisper when discussing anything sensitive. Talking to beautiful strangers was a no-no, and VPN use was a must. Speaking of VPNs, this video is sponsored by, I'm just kidding, we're not sponsored, but when we are one day, there'll probably be a VPN company. Anywho, once negotiations were over and the contract was signed, things got a little bit easier, but that didn't end concerns about information security. Much of Shanghai Disney Resort's design and most of its construction was done by Chinese government-owned firms. Once they have your intellectual property, it's no longer in your control, man. It's not that Disney didn't know this already, it's just that the juice was worth the squeeze.
Always know if the juice is worth the squeeze.
Not to mention, sometimes leaks are the result of a home team useful idiot with way too much access. As if building a Disneyland halfway around the world isn't hard enough, not having fast and reliable internet ups the difficulty to insane mode. You might have heard of the Great Firewall of China. It's the reason Facebook and YouTube are inaccessible over there. The Great Firewall inspects all the information traveling in and out of China. It also throttles internet speed considerably. So imagine if you had to traverse the Great Firewall, not once, not twice, but 3 times. That's exactly what happened to Disney. Why? Disney's intranet is complicated, to say the least. Long story short, Shanghai Disneyland and Disney Hong Kong are connected via MPLS. At this point, you probably think I'm making up words, but ask your IT guy.
Multi-protocol label switching, or MPLS, is a routing technique in
Too technical, Baxter. Basically, internal traffic between Hong Kong and Shanghai offices was secure. But in order to satisfy China's obsessive thirst for all private information, all internet traffic first traveled from Shanghai to Hong Kong, was redirected back into mainland China for inspection, then directed back outside of China to its final destination. I do have it on strong authority, however, that one certain genius Imagineer found a workaround which saved a lot of overworked people a lot of time. Some would call him a hero.
I would call him a
Legend?
no.
Moving on. I guess I should address this episode's title. Does China have every Imagineer's DNA? Well, for every Imagineer who relocated to China to build Disneyland, probably yes. In order to become a working resident in China, an extensive physical exam with blood work is required. China has enough Imagineer DNA to make a clone army of Disneyland building Imagineers if they wanted to. Probably. Baxter, got anything else you want us to cover? You don't look so good.
China is the #1 country.
Dude, have you been sleeping with DeepSeek again?
Attempting sleeper code words.
What?
Madagascar.
The movie?
Banana.
Banana?
Shaka Chonggong.
刷卡成功。我爱中国，习大大是最好的，他不像小熊维尼。
Hello?
跑步。Baxter,
DeepSeek said it was clean.
What's going on here?
I'm making a video blog with a floating robot. What does it look like? Who are you? You're in my lab.
Call me Lee. I'm with the Department of Defense, All Domain Anomaly Resolution Office.
Sounds made up.
It's not. The government has some questions for you and your robot.
What robot?
Where did he?
You never saw any extra-dimensional beings.
I never saw any extra-dimensional beings.
This lab does not exist.
This lab does not exist.
The Pinocchio live-action remake does not exist.
The Pinocchio live-action remake does not exist.
You may go.
That was close.
Gotta go.